What's up, YouTube? Mick Chertow coming at you from LA, California. So today what I wanted to do was take you through um, the music making process, and specifically what I do with FL Studio 12. That's what I usually use. So I just wanted to take you through the process, show you the kind of things that I usually do when making a song. So let's get started. All right, so here we are at the piano. This is a Yamaha um, plug-in piano, and yeah. So what I usually do is just basically play around until I can find a tune that I really like. Um, I have picked out a tune already that I do want to use. Um, yeah, so but before I play it for you, I just wanted to say, um, you know, I really do like piano melodies. I think it's having a constant piano melody is great in any beat in any song. And so, yeah, let's get started. So the one I picked out kind of sounds like this. All right. So that is going to be the melody that we play with the right hand, sort of the treble melody. All right, cool. So now let's pick out the left hand, the bass melody. Okay, so I picked out a melody for the bass that I really like. So what I'm going to do now is play it with the right hand notes. So let's do it. I guess turning it on would be a smart thing to do. Great. So that is the melody that I'm going to be using. And next, let's go to FL Studio and put all that music, or we'll put the piano in, and then I'll show you what I come up with. Hey all, so here we are in FL Studio. I've already put together the final song and uploaded it to my SoundCloud. I'm going to post the link into the info for this video. But what I also wanted to do was go through what I did. I went ahead and did all the work off camera just to get it going and all that. But I'll just want to take you through what happened in my creation of the song. So as you can see, a lot of stuff was added from our original piano roll, but this is basically what happened. So I have two piano rolls here, and one is the the right hand, the treble, and the other is the left hand, the bass. So I'm just going to play this for you right now. Okay, and that was the exact same as what we played on the piano just a few moments ago. And when I if any of you are familiar with FL Studio, then you probably know how I did all this. But basically, you just find the notes here on, I'm using the Grand Piano plugin, which you can get from over here. There's all these instruments, and if I go down to keyboard, see, there's all these types of pianos. Closed grand, electric, grand piano, Rhodes, stage piano. And I really like the sound a grand piano makes, so I used that for the treble piano roll. See it right here. And then for the bass, I use the stage grand because it has a very nice kind of reverb, like natural reverb sound. So I decided to use that for the bass line. You can actually, oops, you can actually hear it. See, it kind of has like a slight reverb to it already, which is something that I think is good. And for a bass piano bass line, it's a good quality to have in music. So that was the piano roll. And the way I usually do it, I kind of let the piano roll go by itself for a little while, as you can see here. This is what, 16 bars? Yeah. But basically I try to keep it consistent. The same amount of time allocated to each quote-unquote section of the song. So see, here's the piano roll, and then here I added in the kick, the snare, and a hat. And then a little bit further, I added in another piano, the Rhodes piano, which I really like. It has kind of it's an electric piano feel, but it sounds a little different than an electric piano. I really like the Rhodes piano. I think it goes great in a song. Yeah, you'll hear it in a few moments. And then this is kind of the rest part of the song, or the chorus, the bridge, however you want to call it. But it's just the piano roll, and there's one other instrument. I like to do this in all of the songs that I've done. In this case, it's an acoustic guitar, and I thought it fit in with the piano roll really nicely. After that, back to kind of the main beat, the kick, the snare, the hat with the piano, and then the Rhodes piano, and then the Rhodes piano lasts for a little bit longer because we're going towards the end of the song, and then I finish off with sort of that in-between period again. Only I kind of cut off the piano here and let the acoustic guitar finish off what we're doing. So I just played for you the piano roll. So let's look at what happens next. Okay. So I added in a kick, and it's this Gravity Kick 26. It sounds like this. Give me a second. And I really liked this kick. I took it out of a bunch of options. Here they are. See, there's all of these that I could have chosen from, and I went with the what was it called? The Gravity Kick 26. It's in this list. Oh no, those are the hats. Here we go. Yeah, I took this one. And the good thing about having so many sounds on hand is that you can really diversify your music, and you can really find out the best kind of kick, snare, hat, instrument, just any instrument that works in your song. And so I've always liked that. And so I added this in the same way I do any other. You select the where you want the note to be, and you can make it longer. See, like I can do this to make it longer. I can make it shorter. However your ear wants it to be. Basically, it is my philosophy. You know what sounds good to you, and what sounds good to you is probably not going to be what sounds good to someone else. So just stick to you. Music is I'm not selling this. I'm not intending on being like a famous music producer. This is just a hobby of mine, and so when it's a hobby, you can really make it as much about yourself as possible, and you don't have to care about I'm gonna do this because Drake does this or Kanye West does it this way. You can make original music based on what you like. Okay, so that was the kick, and then we can do this all at once. And then I added in the snare and the hat to give it sort of a complete sound. And so this was the snare. I like the gravity. Snares are over here. Snare, gravity. So that was the snare that I used, and then this is the hi-hat. Hi-hats, and the hats are right here, see? All of these hats. And I liked the Papo, and that one. This one kind of like sort of a very West Coast cymbal-y type of hi-hat, or like an elongated cymbal. I mean, they're all cymbals basically, but like this sounds kind of quick, and this one that I chose, it's like a super chill hi-hat hat. So I decided to go with that one, and I think it goes pretty well. Now I'll play this for you without the piano roll first, just to see what it sounds like. Okay, so that was the kick, the snare, and the hat. Okay, so after that, and what I'm doing here, just in FL, you can. I usually assign, like one instrument per track, which is like per line, and so you can. I can do it another way, but I've already started doing it this way. So you can click it off, which cancels out that instrument until you turn it on again. See? So okay. So right here, like 45 seconds in the song. That doesn't really matter either. I mean, sometimes I get stressed out about the time. I like to. I prefer to have like a 3-4 minute song, but this one comes out to I think 3 minutes. Like a little over, like barely over 3 minutes, and like it's okay, honestly. Again, I'm not selling, so if it's a short song, short and sweet, that's fine. But anyway, so right after the kick, snare, hi-hat, or hats, I added in a Rhodes piano, and it sounds like this. So that was a great sound. I really like Rhodes. Just to kind of, I guess, compare to the electric piano. I'm just gonna play a. Wonder if I can go up an octave. I don't know how to do that by. Oh, there we go. So it's like, so the Rhodes I always thought was like the electric piano, but with even more kind of bass to it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's always been a, like, see, they're very similar. Yeah, very similar, but also different. You know, but I like both Rhodes and the electric piano, as well as the other piano options as well. You know, it depends what works for you. I mean, I tried the Rhodes and it kind of worked in the song, so that's what I went with. What I'll do now is I'll play sort of this, what I have up to now. Just because this is kind of like the middle of the song, sort of everything together. So, let's see. Okay, and so, yep, that was that. And then right after that, we get into kind of this more mellow, kind of breakdown action. And then right back into the meat and potatoes of the song. Rhodes again. And so usually at this point I would have added another instrument, or I would have tried to add another instrument and do another, and kind of let it play on with that other instrument. I didn't this time. I actually did feel that you know, the piano, the kick, the snare, the hat, and the Rhodes piano together was a good enough sound to continue on its own. So I didn't, you know, add anything in here. And you know, it just depends on what sounds good. Honestly, I mean, I thought it sounded good, so you know, I stayed with it. And here's the conclusion. Now, the conclusion is going to repeat the acoustic guitar that was playing earlier. Now, because you know, I kind of ran through this as quickly as I could. I mean, relatively quickly. You know, because I wanted to make the video, but the conclusion is actually really important. Um, in this song, I got kind of lazy with it. I just sort of let it, you know, taper off. I cancel I end the piano roll here and just sort of let the acoustic guitar have one note for a few seconds. But you know, a lot of producers that I've listened to on YouTube, you know, the instrumental songs, they have a they have very interesting conclusions. You know, they add in, or they don't add in anything. They change their piano melodies. You know, it's been constant up for, you know, it's been constant for what, 3 minutes, and then in the last maybe 30 seconds, it changes. So like this would change, and you know, the instrument they used over here typically stays the same, but that melody could change also. I didn't do anything crazy with the conclusion today. Um, you know, and in other songs, I kind of try out new things for the conclusion, but yeah, this conclusion is kind of simple. So let's take a listen. Yeah, so simple conclusion, but it is a conclusion. So yeah, to conclude the video, this is sort of my how I do beats, sort of my thought process. You know, a sound that I typically like to hear. You know, I again, as I said in the earlier on, you know, I love the piano music. It's I think the core of all the songs that or like all the beats that or instrumentals that I really like. Um, and yeah, you know, I have it playing throughout the same chords. Um, and you know, in terms of this song, I mean, I think it turned out all right, considering I was kind of working, you know, somewhat quickly. In all, it maybe took me a couple hours. You know, sometimes it happens. You know, it doesn't take you very long. You know, you get into it, and it just becomes kind of you know, you just go with it. You know, it's like running. You know, you get a second wind, and you just keep going. And yeah, that's what this is. And yes, so thank you all for watching, and the link to the song on my SoundCloud will be in the information below. And you know, the title of the song was "Now That You're Gone." I don't know. I thought it was like a fitting title for the overall tone of the music. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and yeah, until next time.